Hi there, Rick here. I wanted to do a review on a game I heard so much about. Um, I didn't actually play it until I think it came out in 2018, and well, I didn't play it until maybe 4 years later. And the game is called Red Dead Redemption 2, and I heard so much hype about this game. Okay, this is it right here. Okay, and some interesting facts about it. I think in about the first 3 days, okay, when it hit the store shelves, it made about $800 million around there, which is quite amazing. And the game, I think it took about 8 or 9 years to make, okay, and between um, Red Dead Redemption 1, I don't have Red Dead Redemption 1, but between Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2, I think there was like a 8 year gap, something like that, between the two games that were made. Okay. Um, I watched some various YouTube videos on it too before I bought it, just saying how, it's so detailed. The game is a masterpiece. And, I actually finished the game. Okay. And yeah, I was going to say the game is quite amazing. Um, it story takes place around 1899, um, maybe in Colorado. Okay, because I think there was uh, the scenery is very similar to Colorado in the United States. And what's amazing too about these games too is there's like almost 35,000 hours of voice dialogue. Okay, so you have to bring in these actors, and whether they take take two, take three, of the same set. Okay, because a lot of times too, sometimes after the first video recording, it's not that good. Okay, they have to do a second time, a third time, right? But that's quite amazing. Like 35,000 hours of voice recording. So they have to find actors, people, voice acting these different types of characters. They call them NPCs in the game too, like the other people that you interact with. And I could see that, okay, they're trying to give them personality. Okay, um, so you can actually talk to these people. You can say different things to them. They say things back to you. The scenery is just amazing. Just to uh, view the scenery of the mountains, of the waterfalls, it looks so realistic on a big screen. Okay, um, I think I got a 48-inch flat screen that I played on, and yeah, it just looks amazing. And what I like about it too is the fishing, because well, I like fishing, and you could catch all these different types of fish. Um, Fishing with the fishing rod seems very realistic. You literally was it the joystick, the controller vibrates when you hook a fish, right? And it just, like, the backdrop looks beautiful. Okay, like even when you're fishing in real life, sometimes you see these high cliffs with trees on there, and you hear the wildlife in the background, birds and things like this, and the flow of the water. It just it's just all there, right? And it just really, it makes it feel like you're actually really there fishing. And I find that quite amazing. Even the fighting with the different weapons, it seems very realistic too. You can reload your pistols, reload your rifles. Um, you can actually, what's fun too is the hunting part as well. Okay, you can use your sniper rifle to shoot different sorts of game. So it's like what is it? It's like a hunting game too. Okay, and it's fun dueling with you know, the different what is it, the bandits in the game, right? You have shotguns, revolvers, what else? Um, Pistols. You got throwing knives, throwing axes, um, and then you can rob trains. You can get into a boat and start paddling. You can take photos and it's stored in kind of like an album. So if you see a really beautiful waterfall, you can take a picture of it. This is a game that, you know, I recommend. You know, if you're into you know, uh, games a little bit, okay. Definitely buy this game because, like I say, it's kind of like a masterpiece. I think a lot of other companies out there um, are trying to follow suit, like um, Rockstar Games, I believe the company is called, and you know, it's quite amazing too. Like I say, they made something like $800 million in 3 days when they released the game, which is really amazing. Um, I just kind of wish that you didn't have to wait so long, um, you know, for, you know, the different games to come out, because the sequel to this, okay, um, I just researched it on the internet. They're just saying how it likely won't be released before 2026. So that's still another 2 years away, right? And you know, this game has already been out 6 years now already, right? So you know, it takes them time to make these games, and you know, they have to pour in probably millions of dollars, if not um, over $100 million, just to make one of these games, right? But you know, they definitely make their money back after, you know, selling all the copies that they do right around the entire world, right? Um, and what's amazing too is the music. Okay, um, the music is from back in. Uh, I wouldn't say it's back from some of the lyrics. The songs are back from 1899. Okay, so it's historically it's correct for the time period, right? And I could tell that a lot of research actually went into the game itself to make it historically accurate. Okay, um, and then you have these people playing kind of like Western lyric songs for the game. These were, I think, one of them was Willie Nelson. Okay, but just Western songs, and these were songs that were sung or kind of like played back in uh, I think the 60s and the 70s. You have to remember too, um, Western, okay, it's actually it was very popular, okay, back in the even the 80s, okay, like watching Western uh, uh, cowboy shows, okay, gun dueling, gunfights, um, and then there's the gold story. They talk about you can go on treasure hunts. You find these treasure maps, and you unlock different clues. And everybody, I would say, uh, likes stories about gold and treasure. Um, what else can I say about the game? So yeah, I definitely recommend you know, people you know, trying out the game, and you know, even um, it's very long too. Like, I mean, you just can't finish it in even 4 or 5 hours. I believe that just to do the regular storyline without all the little side missions, you're looking at about 60 hours, which is quite a bit. And you have to remember, if you're new to the game, you still have to pick up the skill of being able to weld the different weapons. Otherwise, you'll get killed too much, and then you'll have to respawn somewhere in the map. But you could visit all the little the different towns, right? And meet the different APCs and talk to them. Um, so it is quite interesting, and it's in the box itself. Okay, they give a map. Okay, there is right here. Okay, and there's all it's quite a big map. Okay, like I mean, when I first played, I was pretty overwhelmed how big it was. And then there's the other map, New Austin. Okay, because after you finish 80% of the game, about an epilogue story will start up with John Marsden, and he the rest of the story is about him and his family, and just very interesting. But like I say, a lot of work went into this game. Okay, and sometimes, well, like I mean, sometimes I play it, and even though I put quite a bit of hours in the game too, I'm still learning about different things that I never knew about the game, because the game is so immense. Okay, you're sometimes even finding new things that you didn't know about. Okay, and it's even fun riding the horse. Okay, through the different scenery, because like I say, the backdrop is beautiful. You see mountains, trees, and I heard that every tree had to be kind of like put into the map. Okay, so and you have to remember, there's literally lots of trees in the game, because sometimes there's a forest, right? And you're moving through the forest either on foot or by your horse, and you're passing all these trees, right? And all these trees probably had a certain code when they made the game, and every tree had to be individually placed in a certain part in the map. And I wouldn't be surprised there's millions of trees in the game. And then there's the waterfall. You have to make it look like the water's flowing and coming off the waterfall. And they had to probably spend a lot of time in that. And then the mirrors in the game, when your character is passing the mirrors, literally you can see his reflection in the mirror in real time as he's moving, walking by the mirror, which is pretty amazing too. Like I wouldn't be surprised they had to spend a lot of time just trying to figure something like that out, and code it into the game, and make it part of the game. Another amazing thing too is you can play online too, so you can play with different people from around the world. So sometimes, you don't know if the person you're fighting is an NPC or a real person in real life. So that's another amazing thing about the game. But there's always things in the game that I'm still learning, and like I say, there was so much hype about this game when it came out, and all these people were making YouTube videos about the game. Okay, because a lot of people want to know some secrets about the game, like for instance, how to find more gold bars in the game. Okay, find the different treasures, the different treasure maps. Okay, how to figure out the different clues, which weapons were better in the game, how to get the best weapons early in the game. Okay, these are all the little things that will help you out completing the game too. And I bought it for about, $20 Canadian on sale, right? Um, but I think when it first came out, it was probably about an $80 game, um, 80 or even $90. I wouldn't be surprised when Red Dead Redemption 3 comes out. It'll be maybe, God, I wouldn't be surprised it'll be over $100, maybe 110 or 120. The reason why I say that is because you have to remember they don't believe it's going to be released before 2026. So maybe 2027 or 2028, right? Or 2029. So that's still quite a few years away. And wow, usually when new games, especially was it hit games, when they hit the shelves, they're always priced quite high, right? And then over time they drop in price, right?